Hello and thank you so much for watching GeoKnow. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you're from Utah, chances are you've driven up Spanish Fork Canyon. And at the intersection of US 6 and US 89, basically where you turn off to head to Birdseye, Mount Pleasant, Ephraim, Manti, etc., you may have noticed some old abandoned buildings that are flooded and in poor condition. This is a Utah ghost town called Thistle, which prior to 1983 actually had a few residents and was a ranching/railroad community primarily. However, in 1982 there was record-breaking rainfall in the fall season and deep snowpack in the winter, followed by warm spring temperatures, and these conditions caused the ground to be highly saturated with water, causing instability of the slope that ended up triggering a massive landslide. The slide reached a speed of 3.5 feet per hour, which may not seem very fast. It's pretty slow, right? But when it is a mountainside coming at you, it is indeed threatening. And within just a few days, the Spanish Fork River was completely dammed as a result of the landslide, and the residents of Thistle were issued a mandatory evacuation order. The dimensions of this landslide were approximately 1,000 feet wide, 200 to 300 feet thick, and over a mile in length. The ridge from the landslide acted as a natural dam to the Spanish Fork River, and the river was backed up, forming a lake. That lake, unfortunately, submerged the town of Thistle, and you could see clearly the ridge that was formed from the landslide, and you could see how that would be an effective natural dam, how the river would not be able to get through that. If you look closely around the ghost town along the cliff walls, you can actually still see the line that indicates the water level the lake had reached before it was drained. Apart from destroying the town, it also caused operations to cease on the railroad and completely shut down Highway 6. In order to drain the lake that rose, crews had to divert the river and railroad tracks through tunnels in the mountainside, as you can see. This took some time, and the truckers, miners, commuters, the railroad company, local farmers, and others suffered serious economic consequences due to the lengthy closures. The local residents were never able to return to their homes, and most of their belongings were lost in the flood. As a silver lining, at least no lives were lost. It should be noted that Spanish Fork Canyon is no stranger to landslides. Landslides are a major part of the reason that there are gentle enough slopes to provide a decent path for the highway to get through there in the first place. Unfortunately, the Thistle landslide was right in line with the town and at a location where the damming of the river caused tremendous amounts of damage. This landslide ended up being one of the most expensive landslide disasters in U.S. history, and it led Governor Matheson at the time to request federal aid. And as a result, Ronald Reagan declared Utah's first federal emergency. In 1998, there was a reactivation of the landslide, and more material moved from the mountainside. The effects of this landslide, thankfully, were not very problematic, as the infrastructure was already in place to divert the river and the railroad tracks had already been placed more optimally. However, it is still the second largest landslide recorded in Spanish Fork Canyon. It goes to show that preparation for natural disasters can go a long way in avoiding catastrophe. If you're in this area, I highly recommend you make a quick stop to check out this location. There's a scenic pull-off along eastbound Highway 6 and plenty of places to pull off to see the old building ruins after turning onto Highway 89. Thank you so much for watching, and please remember to like the video and subscribe to GeoKnow. Until next time!